What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 4 different Grayscale trusts today. We are going to be going over LTCN and BCHG, the usual suspects for Grandview stalls, ETCG for Slawomir Paskowski. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I tried. Mana for Lifetime Bull. So that's LTCN, BCHG, ETCG, and Mana. And I'm going to go over these quickly because I need to go to bed. These are my last videos for the night, so we're going to be doing that. Yes, I believe they are my last videos. Anyways, I did a very in-depth video yesterday on LTCN and BCHG. I think it was a really good video. You guys gave me a lot of positive feedback as well. I encourage anybody to watch that if you want to know where my long-term price predictions are for these things. You go here, right on my channel, you look at my videos, go down to right here, BCHG and LTCN Grayscale Trust, all-time highs, price targets. March 18th, that's whenever I posted it, okay. Yeah, that's 31-minute video. I think it's a really good video. I make videos like this every now and then. It just depends, you know. I talk about the long term enough times, but the long term doesn't change. A lot of the things that I've said in this video are things that I've said before. I've just said it enough times where it's more refined. It might sound better than it did the first time, or maybe it sounds just as good, but you wanted to hear it again for whatever reason. But anyways, let's get into the more immediate price targets. I know I have a lot of new subscribers too, so not all of you have seen those long-term price targets, or as to why. You'll say, oh, I see you talk about this, but why? And I've answered why a bunch of times. I will answer it a bunch more. It's okay. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, I come from a background where I answer the same questions a bunch of times. For most people that might be maddening, but for me it's like, oh, you're trying to learn something. I'm happy to help. Because man, that's the thing. You go to I don't know, man. I live in Colorado, so I'm going to use this as an example. It might not hit for all of you, but use it in your own respects. Or maybe I could do it like this, like a bar. You go to a bar and your friends want a certain drink, but you don't know what it is, and you like ask the bartender what it is, and they like snark at you, they scoff, whatever, like you don't know what a White Russian is. It's like that bartender forgets, man, he didn't know what a White Russian is either. He knows it's like the back of his hand or her hand because they make it all the time. But like not everybody knows what a White Russian is, right? I can't even truthfully tell you what a White Russian is right now, but you know what I mean? Like people feel afraid to say things like that because they don't want to seem dumb whenever it's something that a lot of people around them know. So whenever you have questions in crypto about like why I see the long-term stuff, I'm going to answer it again, and I'm happy to answer it again because you don't know why I'm saying these things. You hear these targets, you hear other people talk about them, okay, but you don't know why, and eventually you just have to come to the grips, and you just have to humble yourself and be like, why? I don't know. Please educate me. I want to know. So I'm always happy to answer these questions, always happy. I just prefer not to go over. I had a few people actually over the course of the months say that I should include the long-term analysis in every single video, and it's like, guys, it took me 31 minutes yesterday to do the long-term analysis. I can't do that in every single video. I'm sorry. I can't go over all the points because long-term analysis is more than just saying it's this price. You have to give reasons why, and that takes time. That takes articulation. So anyways, without any further ado, without enough of that, let's get into this. I really do want to make this video quicker than it's already been, but LTCN, yes, another red day. You were down 9%. Who would have guessed? We would have guessed, right? You guys are prepared for it. I know you were. Yes, absolutely tomfoolery down here. I called for the down move, but I thought it would go lower, and it just kept going up, and it wasn't until like probably around here that I was like, okay, it'll go higher. Absolute mockery of that, but hey, we're making amends for it now by calling the highs, going lower, looking good. We absolutely could find a relative high here, or a relative low. I'm sorry. That daily RSI does look nice. I'm not gonna lie. The 3-hour doesn't look bad, but it kind of looks like it wants to go lower. I want to look at this real quick. High to low. Let's look at LTC. I think you do want to go lower. LTCN looks like it wants to go lower. And LTC looks like it wants to go lower. So yeah, probably LTC wants to drop another like $5 or more. LTCN, I would think wants to go back to its 886 or its 100 area, which is at 1880 to 1710. I stand by it. I think it wants to move down. BCHG is next. Told you we're going to move through these a little bit faster. You had a 10% down day. I had one guy, I mentioned it yesterday, said he was counter trading me, so it looks like if he's doing that, he is not doing good for himself, man. He's not doing good for himself. I called the high up here. I was off by a day, I think, right? Or maybe it was 2 days. I don't know, but you're not doing good for yourself, man. It's okay, though. We all know you're lying. We all know you're full of it. You're not counter trading me, because if you are counter trading me, and I've said this before, you either just started because you still have cash, or you're lying, because if you've been doing it for as long as you say you've been doing it, there's no way you have cash still, man. No way. Absolutely no way. I've been bullish on most of this move up, right? I was bullish on BCHG before it had this move, because BCH pumped up, right? We knew that was going to happen. So you're telling me that you counter traded this when it pumped 50%? No way, dude. You got smoked, bro. But anyways, enough about that. We know you're lying. It's okay. I think he enjoys it. I think some people just like being trolls. I don't mind it. You know, I respect the troll game. It doesn't work sometimes, man. He even hits the like button on his own comments. I watch the comments sometimes, guys. This guy will post it. A minute will go by and there's already a thumbs up on it, like 1 thumbs up every time. I know he's liking his own comments, trying to make it seem like other people agree with him. It's funny. I appreciate the work you put in, man. It's cute. It's funny. 2272 hit. You're at your 1886. You're at your relative 236. I bet you do go to your 382 down at about $7 there. You don't have to. BCHG hasn't gone to its 382 before. Relatively speaking, it might make sense, but you also have your 1618 there at 742. I know it looks confusing, but all this is just here to say that you might find support at 742. If not, look for about 690 is what I'm thinking. You're at $9 now, so I do think you're moving down. I doubt it happens all at once. It could happen all at once, but I bet it takes time. It probably takes weeks, a couple weeks to do. And then just because you get down there doesn't mean you're off to the races yet, right? Last time, whenever you found your low, was it off to the races? No. You consolidated for a little bit more. When you found your low here, was it off to the races? No. Even whenever you found this double bottom, you still it wasn't really off to the races still here, but you steadily started moving up. So BCHG, it was fun while it lasted. It's probably taken a back seat for a little while. I would say several weeks, if not even a couple months. That's my genuine opinion. That's BCHG. We can look at BCH real quick in comparison, see if there's anything that we missed. Yeah, BCH looks like it wants to go lower, guys. I was hoping that this symmetrical triangle was going to hold up right here, and it absolutely did not. We broke through it yesterday. Yeah, we broke through it. And in yesterday's video, I think we were already down pretty far, so I was like, all right, we're looking pretty bad. So yeah, this that triangle has broken to the downside. We are good for prices that are lower than this. We're at 354. I would expect we see $330 potentially. And if we don't hold 330, we could go as low as like 300. And if we don't hold that, we could go all the way down to about 260, 250. And that would be so crazy to me. That'd be so crazy because this is such a phenomenal amount of volume on such a phenomenal move. It doesn't make sense to give it all back. But again, this is Bitcoin Cash. We have phenomenal moves and then we give it all back. We have a phenomenal week where we pump 62% and then 2 weeks later we come all the way back. It does that. We have this phenomenal pump, and then we get a lower low, and then as soon as we get our lower low, that's the end of it, and we start moving up again. You know, like it does this. It does this. So, unfortunately, as much as I was hoping we would continue growing, it looks like, and you guys have already been aware of this if you've been paying attention to the videos over the past few days, we're probably going lower, man. We are probably going lower. I say past few days, past couple days. 300 is a possible target. I'm looking at 320 or 330, I'm sorry, the wick here as the area that you would find support first. If we don't hold that, 300 is on the table. And then if we don't hold 300, man, we'll see you down at like 250, which would be nuts, but hey, good opportunities to get in. And if BCH is doing that, BCHG will probably be going down or consolidating that whole time too. So just be prepared for that, guys. But yes, I do think BCHG has lower to go. If we're looking at ETCG now, ETCG, looking like it wants to go lower. to be fair, you do have hidden, oh man, this weekly RSI does look nice. Higher lows, lower lows in this more immediate term, while having higher lows in the more immediate term. That is hidden bullish divergence along with a constructive, why is it doing this, man? Bullish look with these higher lows. You actually kind of look like you would find support here. Let me see, maybe my eye's not looking at it right. I suppose here. As of right now, you look like you're below it, but if you come back up this week, you could find support here. ETCG might find support here. It is possible, though I do think it goes lower because ETC, if I remember, also looks like it wants to go down. Yeah, ETC at least to 25.60, if not down to $22, if not all the way down to 1956. But yeah, you look like you want to go down. So I would expect ETCG does come lower as well. High to low. Yeah, I don't know, man. You're at 13.15. You probably go to like 11.50, $11 itself, something like that. I don't think you go below that low, but you could go to like 11.50. You might even go down to 10.50. So lower for ETCG. I think it looks like it wants to go lower. The daily looks sad. The daily does look sad. Uptrend broke it mercilessly. Yeah. 3 hour. Yep, I think you want to go lower. So that's ETCG in the more immediate term. Let's finish this up with Mana. We're going to go over the price action for Mana on the coin itself as well. Had a positive day today. 8% up, huh? Nobody's been asking for HSEN. What's going on with HSEN? Not much. I wonder why nobody wants to talk about it. What about File G? Nobody's been asking about that either. Okay, a little bit of a dump, but whatever. I don't know. Anyways, just curious. Top to bottom. Wow. It's kind of a nice look, actually. It's a very positive reaction. I would have liked it if you closed a little bit higher. You technically did close above this 1272, but hey, it's not a bad reaction. Not a bad reaction at all, oddly enough. I want to look at Mana itself now. You could go lower. You could. You're at $34. You could go $10 lower or more even and still be fine. You'd still find a higher low. Even if you dropped 50% from here, you'd still find a higher low, relatively speaking. So let's see. High to low here. I mean, you're holding support at that 1618. You could go to 23 or 1840 if you were to persist lower from here. Okay, let's talk about Mana, the coin. Did not go up today. It actually went down. Isn't that interesting? They're correlated, but not completely directly correlated. You are at an area looking like you're kind of finding support at previous areas of resistance. This is a nice look. And the weekly RSI looks nice too. Oh, man. You could go lower and still be okay. I want to look at, oh man, this is interesting. I have a feeling I'm going to see, yeah. Dude, you might find support here for Mana. This might be one of the few coins that while a lot of things go down, this thing might go up. But don't be surprised if it does move down. You're at 56 cents right now. You could move to 53 or 51 cents as well and still be fine. I do think Mana could, I'm going to say it probably does move down from here, but it won't move down as much as some of like these other coins do. That's my genuine opinion. Yeah. You are in an accumulation phase, right? So you could, to be fair, you could go all the way back down to 30 cents and still be fine because you're still in this accumulation range. Maybe you don't go that low. Maybe you form a higher low here. You only go to 50 cents. You're at 56 cents now, so that's fine too. Inevitably, I do think you will break this high. And when you break that high, you guys, it's on. It's like on, all the way up to $2, potentially all the way up to like $4. But for the time being, yeah, you're probably going to consolidate for a little bit, probably. Overbought, now you're not, you're going to consolidate. Daily RSI looks like it wants a little bit more to the downside, a little bit more. You're at about 56 cents now. Going down to 50 cents is a little bit more. 4-hour RSI looks sad, so yeah, I think in the more immediate terms you do go down. So I take it back, Mana on the Grayscale Trust. You probably go lower. you probably do go lower. That's what I think. And where are you going to go? You're probably going to go to 2132 to 1850. That's my best guess, yeah. If you guys like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. I very much appreciate all of you. Hit me with some feedback. I forget what your name is, man. You always change your name. I know it's the same person every time, but hit me with your BS that you're counter trading me. I want to hear it. I appreciate all of you guys. I especially appreciate the haters. The haters are the most dedicated fans that I have. Even you guys who are super nice and very supportive, I very much appreciate you. But guys, these haters are the most dedicated fans because they're watching every video. They're leaving comments on every video. You know they're watching every single detail, every single word, so they can pick out something to go against with what I say. So shout out to the haters. Thank you all for being wonderful, and thank you for the haters for being also wonderful. Honestly, you guys are probably my most dedicated fans. So keep on hating, keep on watching, and for the people who aren't haters, hit that like button. I very much do appreciate you all, and I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.